Hello, and welcome to part 7 of our 10-part series. Today, we will be learning about how to grow your own microgreens. You'll learn everything you need to know to grow your own microgreens right at home. Hey, it's Connor with Amelia Island Microgreens. We've helped countless people grow their own microgreens, and today we're going to help you grow your own too. In just a moment, I'll share with you a microgreen tip that's little known that'll help take your microgreen growing to the next level. So let's talk about some really important things to consider when growing microgreens. We've covered these in our previous videos, and let's just recap real quickly. One, you really want to make sure you have a good quality tray that has 2 tiers so that you can lift it up, put some water in, and put it back down. That way, you're not pouring your water on top of your microgreens and causing mold. Two, you really want to make sure you have good quality seeds. Your seed quality is incredibly important. It's one of the reasons why people were having E. coli scares with sprouting because they were getting bad quality seeds. And when you have bad quality seeds, you're just incubating everything that's not healthy. Grow medium. You want to make sure that you use a sterilized grow medium. That way you don't have eruptions of bugs from your soil. And microgreens don't require any nutrients in the soil because all your nutrition is coming from the seed itself. Having growing microgreens for over 11 years, I've learned by a lot of mistakes, and I don't want you to experience those same mistakes I did. That's why I created a kit to help you grow microgreens the most easy and efficient way. So let's get started. A quick disclaimer before I start. I've used some of my own tools and stuff that I have because I grow in mass quantities. Some stuff like my spray bottle, it's going to be a little bigger than what's in our kit. What you have for the small kit you're going to make is going to be absolutely perfect. The first thing you will want to do is check out your pH balance. And what this will do is help get your microgreens the best water. Your microgreens want to be at about 6 to 7 in the pH scale. This will help them with their optimum growing. The second thing is your soil. Wait, Connor. Before we move to the soil, let's talk about our grow mediums in the kit right now. It's been a bit confusing. We have jute mat and we have Coco Coir. Some people have had challenges knowing whether to use both or just one, and that can cause some challenges. Another thing is that some people use this whole packet, which you're only supposed to use half of. So it's just really confusing. So let's just throw that away. We have now switched to this Coco Coir, which conveniently is for one grow. So each time you use one of these, you'll use one seed packet. And you don't have to worry about, do I use jute mat? Do I use Coco Coir? We're just making it simple. For those of you who like the jute mat and want to continue growing with that, type in the notes when you go to get your seed reorders that you like jute mat, and we'll be more than happy to supply that for you. And for those of you who are curious and want to know what jute mat's like, in your seed subscriptions, occasionally we'll have a surprise enhancement box that will contain a jute mat. So that way you can see what it's like without having to commit to jute mat. And now let's get back to the video. Coco Coir. Coco Coir is a sterilized coconut husk. And what you will do in order to use it is you pour water on it and it'll expand like those washcloths you get at the store that expand because they've been compressed. It'll grow about 8 times the size that it is right now. Okay, for jute mat, what you want to do with jute mat is you want to lift the white tray up, put that aside, and use the green tray. What you're going to do in the green tray is put some water in and put the jute mat, lay it out, and let it soak for about 5 minutes. After that, you take the corner, you lift it up, and you let that water drain off of it. So why do we have 2 different types of grow medium? Well, I'm glad you asked. The reason is some people like Coco Coir and some people like jute mat. And we wanted to give you both so that you can try them and see which one you like the best. Once you figured that out, let us know what you like, and we'll be more than happy to give you that one. And if you like both, then we'll give you both. So let's talk about seeds. Seeds are super simple and they are really fun to do. So what you do is you take your seed packet, open it up, pour the seeds on your hand. And then some people like to sprinkle it like this. Some people like this. Some people who are chefs love doing this. Just whatever works for you and however you can sprinkle your seeds on as evenly as you possibly can. The more evenly you sprinkle them, the better. Because when you start to have little seed clumps, that's where mold loves to grow. So if you can get it as even as you can, you're golden. So now what do you do after seeds? Perfect question. Now we're going to start misting our seeds and getting them ready for germination. What germination is basically a time to incubate your seeds and tell them, hey, it's time to start growing. So what you do is you mist your seeds in soil. This will help get them as moist as they need without causing them mold. So you mist them a couple times. Then you take your tinfoil, put that across, and then lift it up a little, mist underneath, and get that nice humidity down. And lastly, don't forget to put your germination tracker on because we all know we forget stuff. So that way you can circle or write whatever microgreen you're growing today. And that way, when you get to the point where you're like, what did I grow? You now know. You also know if you missed it today or if that was yesterday. If you're finding this information helpful so far, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you know the moment my next video comes out. Can't wait to see you there. So you've been growing for day 3 and now it's day 4. What do you do? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today we'll be removing the tinfoil and taking them out of germination. Why do they need to get taken out of germination? That's because now your plant's ready for some sunlight. For the past 3 days, we've been growing it like it's under the soil. And now it's time to take that off and introduce it to the light because it's ready to see the sun. Where do you put your microgreens once they've gotten out of germination? Great question. Now we're going to put it near a window with ambient light. So it gets the nutrition from the sun. It does not have to be in direct sunlight. So a kitchen countertop is perfect for it. Remember that tip I mentioned in the beginning of the video? What's coming up in just a moment. I'd love to hear from you. So for your homework today, please let me know in the comments below, what's been your biggest takeaway so far? By having an open conversation, you'll be more likely to start growing and start experiencing the amazing benefits of growing your own microgreens. Research shows that when you have a community, you're more likely to stick with something and stay inspired. We want to be there for you. In fact, we created a community for you to stay inspired and be inspired. Plus, I have one more bonus tip that I think you're going to love. It's super cool. So when your microgreens start growing at an angle, they're wanting to go towards the sunlight. So what you want to do is you just want to turn them around so that they grow the opposite direction. So you have an even growing to get the most out of your microgreens. If you're ready to start growing your own microgreens, head over to AmeliaIslandMicrogreens.com/101 to get a free 10-part course on how to grow your own microgreen. And for that bonus tip I mentioned, in our next video, I'll be showing you how to harvest microgreens like a pro. So be sure to head over there, and I can't wait to see you.